Hamad Benaicha here for Android.ca. Tout d'abord, un petit bonjour, un petit coucou, comme d'habitude, à nos amis francophones. Today we're going to replace a very easy job. We're going to replace a trackpad on a MacBook Air model A1466. So let's get started. Well, hi guys, so let's open this MacBook Air and let's remove the trackpad again, just to confirm it's model A1466. Again, the model is always written here, the bottom of the, it doesn't matter what year you have, it's always here. Okay, so let's open it up and we'll replace the trackpad again. And if you're located anywhere in Canada and if you have a MacBook issue, just visit Android.ca, okay, and you can request a free quote there, and as long as you're in Canada you can send it over, we can fix it for you. Okay, most of the shipping is free, not all of them, but most of them is free. We'll send you a shipping label to send it over with instructions, straightforward. Okay, so let's fix this one quickly. So I'm going to show you how to replace the trackpad properly, and especially how to align it, because that's the biggest issue, replacing those trackpads. And again, this is model A1466. It's MacBook Air. Okay, and this is the same model from 2012 to 2017. It's the same procedure. But if you have a MacBook Pro or different, you know, different 15, 13, 15 inch, 16 inch, they're different procedures. So make sure you watch that video. So the first thing you want to do always is you remove the back cover. Before you do anything, you always remove the battery. Okay, and again, if you've seen my previous videos, you'll know why. It's because in case something happened, you drop a screw or you drop a screwdriver on your logic board and the battery is plugged in, well, guess what, something's gonna go, it's gonna short, and then you end up with a bigger problem. So in this case, this MacBook has no issues. All that happens is that the end user, the client, spilled a little bit of liquid on the trackpad, and then the trackpad started to act, you know, jump all over the place and stuff like this. No, it's not even working properly. So just make sure to always remove the battery first, okay, before you do anything. So now I gotta remove those screws over here. The good thing about these models, the previous models, okay, the battery was not glued to the case, so that's very easy to remove. So all you gotta do is just remove screws and then put it up like this, and here you go. Okay, so what you want to do here, you want to unplug the cable for the trackpad. Okay, you can remove it on both sides. Okay, so you said there was liquid damage, and yes, there was some liquid damage. You can see it over here. It's hard to tell, but I can tell because that's what I do all day long. There's a little bit of rust here, so which means there is rust underneath here. Okay, so what we're gonna do after, we're just gonna replace the trackpad. Okay, and I will also replace this cable. I give him a new one too. Okay, so that's the keyboard. Okay, and that's the trackpad over here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna remove all those screws, because we're gonna reuse this this part over here on the new one. Okay, so 6 screws on this side. Okay, so I'm gonna remove them. Okay, so what I like to do, just, you know, keep the screws, the top screws separate from the bottom screws. It's not always the case. I mean, you know, it doesn't mean Sometimes it is. In some models, you know, the screws are not the same. Bottom and top are not the same. Sometimes, you know, it's better to always try to keep the screws. Sometimes, like see this screw over here. This screw over here is actually smaller than this screw over here. So they look exactly the same, but actually this one is actually smaller. So what happens is that if you put this one over here, you force it, and then you're gonna desolder the fan. So that's what I'm saying. If you're not sure, try to keep the screws separate. So put those three like this, and those three. Okay. What I do, I use a pad magnet. Okay, so the screw don't slide. Okay, let me show you if I can. I think I have an extra one here. Okay, so either I use a pad. This is a magnet, so they don't move. Okay, so example here, I would put this in, don't move, or I would use something like that, especially with a newer model. Okay, and I would keep the screw separate. Okay, until you get used to it. I mean, you know, once you do hundreds of those, you don't really need this. But if it's your first time, or if it's your own personal MacBook, you know, try to do that. So that way there is no surprise. Okay, now remove the bottom one. Okay, this model A1466 is a very good model. If you have one of those, so you're lucky, because I've been doing it for a very long time, and this model barely never ever stop working, ever, unless there is liquid damage or physical damage to it. Okay, only sometime, I mean sometime, one in the blue moon, there will be a capacitor that would burn, but it's very rare. So this model is extremely reliable. Okay, so there you go. So I removed all the screws. Now I'm gonna remove this, because I'm gonna reuse that. Okay, if you're not sure, you can always put one on this side like that, so that way you don't mix them up, because you don't remember how they look like. You don't know if it was upside down or what. Just keep it like that. Okay, so this is how you do it. Slide this, put your hand underneath, and push it towards you. Okay, and same will go with the new one. So I'm gonna put a new one. Okay, we're gonna put a new one. Okay, and same thing. And this one, you can go that way. Okay, there you go. See, so you gotta slide. See, this is the clicking part over here. Tick tick. Okay, that goes through the screw here. So it needs to go right underneath. Okay, there you go. Good. So then sit the MacBook flat on the table. Okay, then we're gonna put a couple of screws, and then we're gonna try to adjust it. I'm gonna show you how I adjust it and what I mean by adjusting, because otherwise it's not gonna, every time you press it, it's not gonna bounce back. So those are the top screws. Actually, I can start with the bottom ones. So so that thing doesn't move anymore. There you go. Not too tight, because we still have to adjust it. So I'm gonna put two. Okay, I'm gonna put two on the other side. Okay, now we're gonna try to adjust it, to put a couple of screws at the top. Okay, 1, 2. Good. Okay, I'm gonna put two on the other side. So push it back. See, you gotta play around a little bit, just a little bit for now. We're not gonna tie them up. too strongly first until we know for sure it's aligned properly. Okay. Okay, so what you want to do, you want to tighten up the upper one first, okay, and then leave the lower one a little bit loose so we can move the trackpad a little bit. So this is what you need to do. Okay, you need to push the trackpad all the way as far as it goes. Okay, push hard as far as you go. Okay, like that. And then what you want to do, you want to look at it. If you look at the edges over here, you'll see there is a gap. You'll see there is you can see through. You can see through, okay, because there is a gap. So you gotta make sure the gap is almost the same on both sides. Okay. Why? Because I will tell you in a minute why. Okay. So, but make sure you look at, if you face it that way, you can see it. You can see the gap. Like right now, it's pretty good. So then I'm gonna tighten it up a little bit more until I do the other side. There you go. Voila. Okay, so now I can tighten it up pretty good. There you go. Okay, now remember there is a gap on each side here. If you lift it this way, you should be able to see through. Okay, you should be able to see what's behind. Okay. And the trackpad has to go all the way here. The reason why is because if you don't do that and you press on one side or on another side, it will not bounce back. You go, but it will stay in. It will stay in. Okay. See, now it's good. So I'm gonna put the rest of the other screws, and it should be good to go. Okay. So let's do that. Let's form a screws to put back. Because we replace the trackpad sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes you need to also adjust the clicking. Sometimes it's not clicking properly, or it's there's too much gap. So what you do, use a screwdriver over here. Make sure you can see. Yep. And you go either in or out, and you press the button, and you to your feeling, whatever makes you feel good. The trackpad feel good for you. That's all. But the most important part is to align it properly, okay, all the way down, and make sure there is a gap the gap is equal on both sides. The margin is good, okay. That's the most important part. The rest, it's easy, just an adjustment. Okay, so good. So now we're gonna put back the keyboard. Okay, the keyboard you need to lift it gently. Okay. It goes like, I use the tweezer, make it a bit easier for me. Okay, all the way in, and then I use my finger to put the clip back. Okay, so that's done. Now I'm gonna use a brand new cable, even though this one should still be okay, but I don't want to take a chance because this come from far. I don't want to ship it and then for it to just come back. Okay, there you go. Okay, put this. Okay, now there is a double tape, put it there. Okay, so now we're going to remove the client's hard drive for privacy because I don't want to see his data. We're going to test it with my hard drive. Okay, so let's give it a try. See, the click is perfect. Good. No, actually I don't need the battery. Okay, so let's turn it on. Okay, so let's check it, make sure the tripod is good. Okay, you know what, just to be safe, let's put because every time I move the charger, the machine shuts off. So we don't want that. I don't want to damage my OS, Mac OS. I'm just gonna put just one screw to test it. There you go. Okay, let's try that again. There you go. Coming up. Okay. You can see the mouse is moving. That's good. Let's log into my hard drive. So yeah, as I was saying earlier, every model is different. This is MacBook Air. Okay, if you have a MacBook Pro, there's a different way to replace the trackpad. Okay, and I will make a video for each different model, and so you can always go to undo.ca and you can find you know, your the video for your model. Okay, so good. Let's check the keyboard. Yeah, all good. Okay, because the keyboard, remember, is connected through the trackpad as I showed you. Okay, so if the trackpad is bad, most likely the keyboard is not gonna work. Okay, so yeah, it's all good. So all we gotta do now, just, you know, finish closing the job. So I'm gonna turn it off again. Oops, sorry. Let me turn it off, and then we're gonna remove the battery. Sorry, disconnect the battery. I will put back the client's hard drive, and it's good to go. I hope you enjoyed this video, okay, and I hope that you will give me a thumbs up, I'll say, and also don't forget to subscribe, and keep watching, and I'll keep posting more and more videos. And again, I only fix MacBooks, okay? Many MacBooks that are out of warranty, outside warranty, okay? Liquid damage or you know, consider advantages, and I look forward to making the next video, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're located anywhere in Canada, and if you have a MacBook with liquid damage on it, and if it no longer works, or if you have a MacBook with a broken LCD, a MacBook with a GPU problem, a MacBook that stopped working all by itself and no longer powers up, a MacBook that does not charge, a MacBook with no backlight or a black screen, a MacBook with a USB-C, USB, HDMI ports not working, a MacBook that requires a new trackpad or new keyboard, a MacBook with a flashing folder, whatever it is, you name it, we can undo it. The shipping is free for most repairs, no matter where you are located in Canada, so make sure to visit undo.ca if you have a MacBook problem. I hope to see you soon in the next video. Thank you for watching.